Hello, everyone. Welcome to our D365 Business Central. What's new? Our latest updates from the release Wave 2 for 2022. We are looking forward to hosting you. Just give it a few seconds to allow anyone else to join us. But we're excited to give you a good overview of some of our favorite features that have come out in this Wave 2 release. If there are any questions at any point during this event, please feel free to utilize the Q&A link that should be on the side of your screen. As a reminder, you are being recorded as part of this event. However, your names will not show in the final recording that is posted for the YouTube viewing. We will provide the link to this event after the event, should you have any reason to follow up, and you are welcome to share as much as you would like. Thank you again for joining us. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Tasha Ansbach to take it on. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So today, quick agenda. We're going to do some quick introductions, talk about who KTL Solutions is real quick, when these updates are available for Business Central, and then how to get the newest updates. Also, then that's when we're going to go into the actual information about what those top 10 new features are in Business Central. They are my favorites, so you may have others, but these are definitely going to be my favorites. One thing real quick, I just wanted to let everybody know who I was. My name is Tasha. I am a pre-sales solution engineer here at KTL Solutions. I've been working with Business Central since about 2018, and it is my favorite product. I fell in love with it when I saw it in 2018, and that's kind of where I just fell into place, and I get excited about showing everybody all of the cool functionality in the system. So KTL Solutions, real quick, we are a provider for enterprise and governmental organizations. We do work a lot in the SMB market, so Business Central CE, which we do have another webinar later this afternoon to kind of go over some of those top 10 features for sales, customer service, and field service. And then also going along with that, we will have this webinar series twice a year. So we will do this for BC and D365, and these will be in every April and October both. To kind of go along with that, I'm going to do little mini episodes that we'll also post on our YouTube channel, diving in a little bit deeper to each one of our top 10 feature updates. So with that, KTL, like I said, we are really focused on the SMB market. We focus on cloud solutions. We do the Microsoft Office 365, and we have over 20 years of experience with Microsoft. We are only a Microsoft partner. We do not sell any other solutions. We really embrace the Microsoft culture, and then we're fully equipped to be able to help organizations create their entire Microsoft stack. So KTL, they do provide the services across all technology platforms with Microsoft. Like I mentioned, there is the modern workplace, all of the different business applications, our platform. We do custom development as well. And we also have the ability to work with Azure and Azure Government. So if you have GCC or GCC high needs, we are able to accommodate those as well. When are these updates available for the solutions? So for Business Central, they are available twice a year, in October and then also in April. The current functionality that I am going to be covering is already available. Most of it is already available right now for use in D365 Business Central. Some of the features are planned to be put into the platform between now and March. So we will go over some of that information, and then also this slide deck will be available, but you can go over all of the new and planned features and then also when they're available as well. And then how to get these updates. So if you log in and you look in your D365 admin center, you can see what your current version is, and you can also see what your update window is. So you will notice under version management for each individual environment, so whether this be production or a sandbox environment, you can see what that version is. You can also schedule it. So mine had already been updated. However, you can schedule it where it says update will start on or after. You can schedule it. You can also schedule it to work after business hours. You can schedule to install in your production or sandbox. And then once you do that, we always recommend that you test in your sandbox before you do your production. We would be more than willing to assist with any of those upgrades or testing that you need to do for your Business Central. Just let us know, reach out, but you can also do this as well inside of your own admin center. And then here we are, my top 10 new features. So really excited for a lot of the stuff that they're doing inside of Business Central. You know, the very first one, so better bank reconciliations for checks, and it's also improving the reporting. If you've used Business Central, you know it is all about ease of use. It's very user-friendly. However, sometimes there were things that were a little bit clunky. The bank reconciliation was one of those areas. Now they have the check entries that are going to be bank-based on information from the check ledger. So you're going to have better reconciliation with those checks. The matching rules are also going to be made a little bit more clear. Previously, they weren't really that great. However, Business Central has now added in better rules that are better and easier to understand. There's also more rules. So that way your matching rates are going to be more successful, which is going to eliminate the need to have some of those manual entries. So there is a lot of really nice functionality that's going to be added with this. And also, like I said, the reporting piece of it, it's going to help with the reporting significantly. So one of the last pieces is, you know, for this specific function that's being added is when you add your GL account to a bank posting group on the bank account card, you're always going to now get a warning if that GL account allows direct posting. Previously, we didn't get that alert, we didn't get that information, and it caused problems. So now that will at least give you a pop-up that gives you the information that you need. This is going to be a big one. So financial reporting is now replacing account schedules. So now when you go in and you're looking for account schedules, which is your financial reporting inside of Business Central, it is actually called financial reporting now. So they renamed it for easier user adoption. And they've also separated the definition of a financial report from that of the definition of the rows and columns. So now those things are a little bit more separate, but also it's now clear that the financial report is a combination of the row and column definitions. Plus you can add in additional parameters. Previously, it looked like it was just column, row, all within one. So now it's just, again, building on to that ability for it to be user-friendly, not clunky, less clicks, more information, easier to use. They have also, this one is really cool. You can use multiple remit to addresses now for vendors. So remit addresses are available on vendor card pages, and they're going to be on the shipping and payment fast tabs on all of your purchase orders and invoices. So Business Central will allow you to set up multiple mailing addresses for each individual vendor. So that way you can pick what the correct location is to send that on an invoice by invoice basis. So this could even potentially be for if you are ordering from, you know, let's say you have a large company that you order from, but you order from subsidiaries, you can still submit the payment back to the corporate location, or you would have the ability to send it to other subsidiaries, depending on what their needs are. You no longer have to have separate vendors for multiple remit addresses. And then it will also use that remit to code on the vendor ledger entry. You can overwrite this value when you're creating your payments in the payment journal. but it will automatically put that value in there. So it is going to put the information in automatically during your payments, what's based on what was on the invoice. However, you can change that once it gets to the journal if needed. And then this is a huge one. So this not only is a great benefit for Business Central, I'm also going to mention this one when we get to the sales side of things in my webinar later this afternoon. You now have the ability, if you are using the out-of-the-box integration for BC and sales, you have the ability to sync sales orders both ways. So now we can do bi-directional sales order integration. So this is going to be awesome. So it's going to allow both your sales team and your finance team to have the same information. So anytime that you change something on that sales order, it's going to reflect back in both systems. So that way you don't have to figure out which is the system of record, what is the real information. You can see all of it in both places. So when you enable bidirectional sales orders, in either place, it's going to automatically turn on that archiving orders section. What that's going to do is it's because once you automatically archive those, it's going to basically archive one order and create a new one, since there is that bi-directional feed. So sometimes, yes, it may cancel the one order, but it's going to automatically create a new one, which again, it's just going to make sure that the information in both systems is correct. So that way you don't have to go back and forth and try to figure out which is the system of record. And then there is also the reverse payment reconciliation. So this will allow you to use different number series for those payment reconciliation journals. So you can reverse any posting that is going to be done through that specific journal. So when you're doing your bank reconciliation, there were also fields added to the test report as well. So the statement date is going to be added to those testing reports. The statement ending date, or ending balance, is also going to be added in the journal, and then any outstanding payments. But again, when you're doing these payment reconciliation journals, you can also reverse them, which is going to be huge, especially so that way you don't have to go in and manually create an entry. This will allow you just to reverse. This again goes back into being able to have everything user-friendly, a little bit more automation, and removing that manual entry. Business Central is a huge, huge proponent, like I've said multiple times. They are great at trying to relieve and automate. They are trying to relieve manual entry. When there's human entry, sometimes there are errors. So if we automate, it removes that. This one is super cool. If you've ever been on a call with me, if you've ever been in a demo I've ever done, I absolutely love the integrations. So what they have done is they have allowed you now to put multiple Power BI reports on one role center. So here you can see I have 4 different Power BI reports all inside of my same role center. So now I can see everything. I can see a comprehensive view of the company. I can see my inventory. I can see the total items sold. I can see my amounts. Everything is going to be right in front of me, and I won't have to open that report and switch to different tabs. I can see everything right in front of me. Right now, they are not on any current role center that is built. However, you can extend an existing role center to be able to add multiple Power BI spots, or you can create your own role center. This is also something that if you don't know how to do or you don't feel comfortable with, we are more than willing to assist with that. We can even show you how to do it for future add-ons. Or if this is something that you have somebody on your team that wants to be able to do in the future, we can show you how to do that as well. And here is another one of the fantastic integrations. This one is for Teams. So Teams The integration is a little bit newer, but they have added some awesome features. So now, when you're using the Share to Teams icon inside of Business Central, it will show you a preview. So now, as you can see in this screenshot here, they say, hey, we're restocking the chairs today, and it actually shows a picture of the chair. It will show the item card. So that way you can get better visibility into what you're sending and what that message is going to reflect inside of the Teams channel or message. Also, they have added the ability to embed a Business Central tab right inside of Teams. So this will allow you to look at your information right inside of your Teams channel. You can see here we have a sales team channel and I have open sales orders. I don't even have to go into Business Central to be able to see this now. I can just simply open the tab in the channel that I'm currently working in and I can see my information. If I have a Business Central license, I can dive into that and I can open it up as well. I can open that sales order right inside of my Teams channel. And this one is huge. You will now be able to access Business Central with your Microsoft 365 license. So you don't have to have a Business Central license to be able to view data. So you can access those Business Central data, the tabs that are embedded inside of that chat or channel. Even if you don't have a Business Central license, you can view that information. You can also access Business Central cards that have been shared into Teams. So if a contact, anything that has been shared in Teams has been sent to you, you can look at it. You can view that record without having that Business Central license. You can read any data that you have permission to. The Microsoft 365 license doesn't let you edit, delete, or create new records, but it will let you view. It will let you read any record that is sent to you that you have permission to be able to see. So again, simplified. The simplified UI, you're used to using Teams, you're used to using all of this information. This will support that typical data browsing. You can search, you can sort, you can do everything that you would do inside of Business Central. You can do it with your Office 365, your Microsoft 365 license right inside of Teams. This is really going to up the game and really let everybody in the company have access to what they need to see without the need to add in additional licenses. One of the next really cool things that they added is the ability to choose the report layout on your request page. So if you have multiple invoice layouts, like I show here in my screenshots, I'm trying to print my sales invoice off. This will let me pick which report layout I want right inside of the screen. This is going to help if you're doing multiple Excel layouts. If you have different sales invoices like this, so let's say one customer requires detail, one requires different information, maybe summarized even, you could have those different report layouts and you can select them. So if something isn't the norm, if there's something that's a one-off even, this will let you pick it here versus having to go in the old way. And it was pretty manual. It wasn't the easiest way to print a different format. And this is by far my favorite thing that they have added to this release. You can now switch companies across multiple environments. So here, there's visual cues that are going to be in the app bar to help you understand which company you're currently working in. And then also you have the standard company badge as well. You can activate this company switcher pane from anywhere that you are inside of Business Central. So anytime that you click on the available companies, it's going to show you everything that you have access to. You can see here they are all grouped by organization and by environment. So here I have my production company. You'll notice I have 5 companies inside of my production environment. I also have a sandbox that has 4 companies. It's my Progressive sandbox. I have 4 companies there. And then I also have another sandbox. I can quickly get to any of those companies very easily by just opening up this pane. Previously, if you wanted to swap companies, you had to go to My Settings, change the company, and then it would load from there. If you wanted to get to a sandbox, or if you have a secondary production company, you would have to go into that additional company through a different browser tab, or do really anything, do a different way of getting those companies open. There was not a seamless, easy way to get to all of that information. So also, when you're doing this, it's going to allow you to switch companies in your current tab. And then you can look at a different company and you can compare that information side by side in 2 different tabs. So it's really going to also allow you to multitask. This is huge, and it's really going to help with those companies if you are a multi-company organization, or if you really just want to get to your sandbox a little bit easier. You want to go test a transaction before you put it in your production company. This will allow you to quickly get to that sandbox without having to go into your environments list and pick from there. So I am very excited about this. It makes it so much easier to use. It's going to save some clicks, and it's really going to empower you to get things done quicker and not waste so much time moving around between different screens and switching and reloading different windows. And those are my top 10. Like I mentioned, I will be doing little mini episodes to deeper dive into each one of those parts of the updates. I know I went through them very quickly. This is really just to get you excited about the new features. If you need help getting any of those new features implemented, reach out to us. If you need any help, or if you just want to see them a little bit more, one-on-one, let us know. We can schedule a call. I can walk through that with you, or reach out to your account rep or your account manager, and they can potentially let you know what we can do to help you get those implemented, or even just dive into them a little bit deeper. Lindsay, were there any questions, or did you have anything else that we needed to add in here?
There are no questions at this time, but just to mirror that, we do have, again, I put the link in the chat. We have the top 10 new features out of Dynamics 365 happening today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We'd love for you to join us there as well. We will send a follow-up to this event, and if you have any questions, you are welcome to respond directly to that. As Tasha mentioned, we're happy to deep dive into anything, discuss anything, or just have a conversation about what might be next. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.